Hi guys, so it's been a while, but I was off getting some new technology, so you'll notice this is a much prettier camera, much prettier picture, and I wanted to go right in and talk about a line that I've been listening to about for the last year, and I wanted to kind of get in there myself. But the line is called Deciem, and they have that's a parent name, they're like an umbrella with lots of brands, like Hand Chemistry is one, love that. As well, they have a hair product line called Hair is Fabric. Neat shampoo, conditioner kind of alternatives there. They have a line called NIOD, and that's kind of split into two ranges. They've got their sort of like the NIOD, sort of like their Yesti line, which is looking at like kind of ancient technologies from different countries, from different places, using their plant-based. Their major line that I really wanted to talk all about was the NIOD kind of advanced range, and everything here has abbreviations. Like this one is the NAAP, this is the CAIS, and this is HV. So we're going to talk about that skincare line as well. They've just launched a new range called The Ordinary, with what they feel are very common skincare products that you shouldn't pay full value for, or at least the value should be reasonable. So I want to go into this because I've been kind of like looking at this line for a long time, and I got a lot of it in a haul a while ago. Don't tell Daniel, he's sitting right over there. Shh. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Hand Chemistry range. What I got here was their Retin-Oil. So Retin-Oil is like a very popular anti-ager. This is using retinoid. So the difference with retinoid is it doesn't have the same photosensitivity. They've knocked off in the molecule length, they've knocked off the acid tail, and they've added an ester or kind of like an oil to it. So it actually feels really beautiful. And actually, this is an oil base entirely. I love this as a body oil. It's specifically for all aging concerns. So aging for like stretch marks, discoloration, dryness, flakiness. I've been using this not only on my hands, but like up my arms. I've noticed that not only is it keeping my hands super smooth, but it's getting rid of any rough texture in the back of my arms. I've been using it to help minimize stretch marks on my hips and waist, and just all over, like a moisturizing treatment. It smells beautiful, and it's 20 bucks. Oh my gosh, fantastic oil to slather like every day in place. So I really, really recommend the Hand Chemistry Retin-Oil. They do have hand creams, foot creams, all the rest, but that I love. Another line that I've been playing around with was Hair is Fabric. After I got my new haircut, I realized, I may not need to condition anymore, but I sure need to shampoo because I don't want to have any buildup, any oil. It'll be more noticeable now. So I'm using the Hair is Fabric line, and particularly their anti-breath support, because I did lighten my hair significantly. Not only does it have the nice kind of purpley tint to kind of tone it down, but it's also kind of a cleansing conditioner. You see, I've been into this pretty good before I did the review. It's a cleansing conditioner, so it has the ability to remove buildup, makeup, hair products, and all kinds of stuff from the hair, but it's conditioning not only the scalp, but the follicles as well. So fantastic as a one-step, no matter if you have a lot of hair or a little. They've got different formulas to choose from. So I definitely recommend looking at that if you want a one-step or an alternative type of cleanse for your hair. The next line that I've really been playing with, and I love, they're growing their Yesti line. So the first started with the Sanskrit Saponins. So it's like an alternative deep cleanser, detox cleanser. They recommend not using it every night, but maybe say every other. So I use this after my first step cleanse to remove any like makeup and buildup. And it has this like yeasty, bready type smell to it. You would lather it on, and it's supposed to help to just like really break down any sebum, any buildup, and deeply cleanse and purify the skin. Occasional use or regular use depending on how congested your skin is. So I'm really liking that, and a little does go a long way. It's weird because as soon as I unscrew it, it kind of starts bubbling out. So that maybe that speaks to the yeasts. Maybe it's really like an alive culture in there. Who knows? They are in metal cases, which I like. Another one, which is kind of new, is the Mastic Must. So this is a mask, and they recommend it as like a morning mask. So it's like your morning cleanser. Leave it sit on for 10 minutes, and all the ingredients in there not only help to do a really surface smoothing, like to give you a nice porcelain smooth skin, but also helps to tighten the pores and firm the skin. They have an alternate step here that after you take off the mask, blow dry your face for 15 seconds at the highest heat you can stand. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but that's supposed to help give a final step if you really want that porcelain smooth, tightened up, really gorgeous finish to the skin. That mask used occasionally and blow dried after you wash it off is a great prep before you begin all your other steps. So that's 5 minutes in. Oh my gosh, now we're getting to the meat of it. So the whole reason I went to Deciem in the first place because I really wanted to try NIOD. It's a really novel kind of approach to the line where they're looking at typical skincare routines and solutions and just questioning the practice of that. So I wanted to do a whole skincare routine, so I got 4 pieces. So here's 3 of them. I know I said 4, but I got the cleanser and I didn't love it at all, so I took it right back and got those Yesti products instead. So their cleanser product, their low ester cleansing product, comes in a big tube and it feels like a cleansing oil, but it's not an oil because they're using esters. So it's kind of like how a micellar water would work, where it's got a really fine texture that's meant to help micellar water uses esters to break down oil, sebum, residue. It's like the French girl secret because you don't wash your face with water, you use a micellar water. So this was the product sits somewhere between like a cleansing oil and a micellar, but I found it left a residue no matter how little I used or how much I used. I just hated the feeling so much that I knew it was something I was not going to get into. So if you have more of a dry skin or a more stressed skin, you might love a very conditioned feeling to your skin, then definitely get that cleanser. But it was just something that I knew I wouldn't love, and I didn't want to hold on to it for the review. I don't know. So that I didn't love. Now the thing about NIOD, like I say, they do really novel approach. So my desire was to try to figure out how useful the novel approach is. The copper isolate serum is a really interesting one and probably one of their best technologies. It comes in a massive box because when you pull it out, you've got a liquid solution and then you've got the pure copper solution here. The older versions were a powder, and this new version is a liquid. It's like such a infinitesimal amount of liquid in here. There isn't actually terribly much, but the first thing you do is you pour it into here and mix it up, and what that's supposed to do is help to activate. Now what's, like the name implies, it's copper, so in liquid form it's blue, and you can see it's super watery, super runny, and kind of smells like a copper penny, like literally. So the benefit to copper is it's an essential mineral for the skin. It actually really helps things hold together. So we're not just talking we're not talking elasticity, we're just like talking about good for the cells, like good at the very tiniest level. And so this is the 1% strength. They have 2 strengths, 1% and 5%, and the 1% they come in the small 15 mil, or you can get the 30 mil as well. Testing it out, I went with this one. Now, as you can see, it's so watery and runny. I'm using it like as a booster. So the booster would be after I cleanse, but before I tone, really, because I have the more viscous, almost like essence-y type toners, I'm putting this on first, focusing around kind of like the eye area, my forehead, where I have more signs of aging, but putting it everywhere. I've been using that for a week. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything fantastic. There's a lot of people like, oh my gosh, it changed everything. My skin is miraculous. I can't say that because it's good, I think, but like a booster, it's giving small micro benefits, and I'm not sure, because my skincare routine and like the products I'm using layered up are pretty strong anyway. I don't see the incremental benefit yet. It's been a week, and yes, you can say, well, Liz, you're only 37. What kind of results can you want to see? I still want to see results. Definitely, if you look at the prices on it, I want to see something kind of fantastic, like everyone is saying. And I'm holding out for another week on that one. So that would be a morning and night product. Then I also got the non-acid acid precursor at 15% strength. So this is a nighttime only product, kind of like the Sanskrit cleanser. This is a different consistency as well. So if you were using various products, what they recommend without, you see how that one kind of slurped out? They recommend using this after you use, say, a hyaluronic serum, and definitely after you use that kind of the CAIS, but before you moisturize or before you use any vitamin C's. So this kind of creamy sort of texture goes into the skin, and it's using, again, completely different, like as the name implies, not acid. So it's not retinol, which works from within the skin, and it's not acids, which work from the surface of the skin. What this is meant to do, and it's specifically, I'll let you kind of freeze frame on that. Focus. Oh gosh, it's not focusing. Dang it. Okay, well, it's using really fermented extracts, and I love ferments. I love those active ingredients because they're really working to just like improve the metabolism of the skin, improve the repair, improve all that kind of stuff. Now, very light neutral still. My skin hated this. I was so bummed. So I was testing it. Any of my products, I have to like work into a routine like about a week at a time. As I was using this, I started getting all these little micro congestion, like the closed comedones on my face. And I said, it couldn't possibly be this. So I pulled two things I was trying, I pulled them out. And then after everything cleared, I started testing one on one side and testing this on the other side. And sure enough, in 2 days, I started getting congestion all up and down the one side of my face. So though this was supposed to exfoliate, it ended up clogging my skin. So that's just me. I've got crazy reactive skin, which is why I'm always on the hunt for good skincare, because I'm looking for something that works over the long haul. And I was really interested in something that was less aggressive, and though that's less aggressive, not good for me. So I would definitely say they've got a great return policy, which I am going to take advantage of, again, for that acid precursor, because it's literally doing the opposite rather than benefiting my skin. The last one, so I love this one, the hydration vaccine. So when I went to NIOD, I had some very specific questions. For example, hydration vaccine, is this a moisturizer? Well, it's going to work to lock in hydration. Is it a moisturizer? Well, you're going to use it after all your serums and before your makeup. Is it a moisturizer? I couldn't get them to answer the question and say, yes, it is a moisturizer. So yes, you would use this after all your serums, before your primer, your sunscreen, and your makeup. So it sits at the exact step where your moisturizer would be. But because NIOD is really trying to be novel and trying to be unique, or maybe they are novel and unique, they're not going to call the things what they are. So they're not calling that a cleanser. They're not calling this a moisturizer. Just ask them how to use it in a routine and they'll give you their answers. So the hydration vaccine, however, is friggin' phenomenal at sealing the skin in. Just like the name implies, it literally locks whatever you put on into the skin and then makes a physical barrier so nothing else is getting in there. It literally seals the skin, and it's got this delicious, rich feel. It does have some dimethicones, it does have some cross polymers, it does have tons of plant extracts to actually nourish and refine. Now, their masks are in the same container as this. You can see, like, I've been into that one pretty good, but if you're sticking your finger in, like, you're gonna have to go deeper and deeper to get all the way to get all the stuff you want. So I wish and I hope that in future iterations, we would include like a scoop or a spoon. This is one I've had from a previous product, and I just want to do this to show you the texture. So it definitely, I suppose if you're looking for a one-step, this could be like your moisturizer, finisher, primer. The way that one works is you just spread it on, and definitely that silicone-y feeling. I thought I was going to hate it. I thought this was clogging my skin, but it wasn't, which I love. It has a slightly unscented, like quick-drying alcohols kind of a smell, mild vodka, but it leaves this beautiful, I don't know if you can see it hand to hand, but non-shiny, brightened, smooth, glossy, poreless finish on the skin. And after that sets and dries down, your makeup will look so miraculous. It'll look so smooth. It'll really look beautiful. So yeah, that I loved, and I'm definitely going to keep it. Since it's not a moisturizer, I'm going to kind of work it into my routine as I need to, maybe as a sealer for daytimes, or if I'm trying to lock in hydration, though you could use it morning and night if you really want to. And I've definitely noticed a diminishing in my dehydration over time, and I believe that that's contributing to it. So that's everything. So what do I love? Well, I love that oil. I love the hair products. The things I haven't really gotten into yet is the Ordinary range. So it's a range of several boxes. And actually, as soon as they launched it, it sold out like mad. Not only because Deciem has a great following, But Deciem has a lot of high prices. These are not high priced. Literally, you're not spending more than $10 or so on either of these or any of these serums, but it's not like just because you're paying drugstore prices doesn't mean you're getting drugstore quality. NIOD still has the same focus on unfragranced, uncolored, just straight actives. These were some of the only ones I could grab from my local store because they were also sold out. They've got rosehip oils, they've got retinoids like that body product, but for the face. They've got all kinds of serums for brightening and like molecules for like hyaluronic to plump the skin. So I grabbed kind of a all-in-one peptide serum, and I grabbed an Arbutin and hyaluronic acid serum. So I haven't yet worked those in because of course like I was testing the other stuff, but I'm very excited about that, and I just love the idea of looking at the prices and being smart about them. So I would say if you can find a Deciem, go there in person. At the very least, go to their websites and subscribe to their emails, because I was not only learning about new things, but also they sent me a 20% off your purchases coupon. So I use that to buy everything you see here because, like I say, it's expensive. Don't tell Daniel. And I really wanted to get the best value, best bang for my buck. So subscribe so you can get those promotions. You can go in store, you can order online. It's definitely worth playing around with. If you're in the GTA area, then absolutely it's easy to return it. You can only return it at their Queen Street location, so know that. They have one in Kensington, and I think they have another one, I don't know, I don't know if it's near Roncesvalles. Anyway, they've got a couple locations, but only the Queen Street apparently takes returns at this point, so just know that. Yeah, but that's my review in a nutshell. Some stuff really awesome. Some stuff's gotta go back just because it was bad for me. But I'm a unique butterfly, just like you, and everybody should make their own calls on these things. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me kind of go on, and I will be bringing you more, because I've got more to review, more to talk about. It's all pent up inside. Thank you very much, guys. Have a beautiful day.